Hello guys, and welcome to episode 22 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Integer on Rising Tide. And in this one, well, we're going to continue our boom. At the moment, I think our civilization is currently booming. You can just see the amount of workers that I pumped out in the last episode. It is going to really help us out. All these improvements being made. A lot of generators being built here by the looks of things. Yeah, they're all building generators. I'm not entirely sure why. I'd much prefer them building farms, because farms are currently giving us science. If we go to the yield icons here, you can see the extra science that comes from those now, since we got artificial evolution. But at Gran Exito, what we want to work on now is probably a holosuite. The Herald at Axiom. I'm tempted to use it to attack that Marauder. If we put the Wrath in the settlement, we can attack the Marauder. Going to move my Fury round. This Fury is not in range to do so, so we will put that onto alert. And I'm going to move out the settlement and do nothing with that for now. Let's attack the Marauder with my Herald. And my other Herald, maybe. Nah, let's actually discipline that and sleep until healed. We will also sleep until healed the one in Weltgeist. And at Vasbada, we want to probably get a laboratory, then the observatory, because that's going to give us a lot of flat technology coming in, or science, should I say. The observatory at Ainsa is a must. And we are going to fortify that evolved CNDR. We'll get this evolved CNDR to head over towards Axiom. And we have our Whisper coming down to help defend Axiom as well. So that's nearly there. And we also have these two Savages. So a force to be reckoned with approaching America. And, well, they made the mistake of moving into my territory. That's going to get the unit killed.
Yes, the world is beautiful and unspoiled. But it is wrong. Correct it at once.
Terraforming is complete.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to come here. And I'm grateful that we are living up to the expectations of the people who sent us.
And now we have level 5 Purity. We actually synergize with both Harmony and Supremacy to get unhealth from number of cities reduced by 25% and unhealth from global size of population reduced by 25% as well. And look how much that has compounded, guys. Holy moly. We also got +1 energy and +1 culture from Floatstone, but look at my health. We are on 48 health, and that is insane. We're getting plus 20% production in cities, minus 40% intrigue in cities from hostile covert operations, plus 20% science in cities, plus 20% culture, plus 20% growth, and plus 40% speed towards outpost growth. So we're now on 600 science per turn. We're racing through these technologies, and this is really ramping up. Let's get master control in Castellan. It's only going to take 6 turns and gives us free maintenance for worker units. So that is definitely worth having. We will probably go for a repair facility in Demu. That actually seems like quite a good idea. Although, let's possibly build a prime Jellyopod. That we'll get one of those going. We'll get the auto plant at Blauvold, and my Wrath can upgrade. I think we'll move it back into Axiom, and I'll attack the Centaur because that will destroy it. Well, not quite. So we'll finish that off with the Herald. We can use my Furies to kill off the Marauder. Okay. And we'll have to finish that off with another Herald, I think. Possibly the one in Weltgeist. Yeah, we can do that. Going to move up these savages. And the Wrath can do nothing. That Herald can sleep until healed. We're going to set up a ranged attack with the Saber. And I'm actually going to move on these Hellions now. Because I want to get my Saber into range of Pacifico. So that Savage can do nothing. Actually, we'll put it on sleep. And we can move the Educator out of Vaktir as well. And it looks like we're going to have more Phyrexite to work with soon. And we're currently developing this tile as well. 2 turns until we gain an extra 8 Phyrexite, so that's cool. And actually, before the end of the turn, I do need to keep checking these trade convoys. At Ainsa we can build 2, so let's get those with Diplomatic Capital. Prosperity, we can't have any yet. We can get them at Axiom soon. But everywhere else seems to have them all, so that's good. Now if we make a path to Shackleton, we can actually trade with that station. And Operation Faustus was messy, Lena. Let's avoid another one. Operation Faustus, what was that? I'm guessing that was our war. I think he is not looking too kindly on my military movements. I think that's probably what that was about. Okay, at Ainsa, we're going to trade with Berat, I think. That gives us quite a lot of science. Unless we trade internally and keep giving food to Axiom for now. I think we can do that. Our settlement at Eintracht. I'm tempted to go for the Hypercore, but I'm actually going to build a Prime Jellypod there. I might also get a Prime Drone Cage because I haven't really used them in combat before. Yeah, I think we're going to get the Prime Drone Cage. And Identificlung, we are going to get the science buildings, so probably a Xena Nursery. But before that, a network, because the network actually gives us +3 science, which is actually really nice. A laboratory in Fidel for only 2 turns, yes, indeed. We'll do the same in Entschluss, 3 turns until that laboratory is finished. And at Vespada, we're going to get the observatory now. So we can upgrade this Herald, we can use it to attack the Shredder. I'm going to use the Wrath to attack the Shredder as well. We can move up the Fury and attack that unit twice. Actually, we can only seem to attack it once. Oh well, we'll just use a Herald instead to finish that off. I evolve CNDR coming onto ground now. And we'll move the Fury out of the settlement now. And we're just going to tell that to do nothing for this turn. And I'll tell my Wrath to do nothing and my Herald to sleep until healed. We're going to alert these savages. We're actually not in range to attack Alto Torre with the Saber. So I might have to put him on a different tile. Maybe this one here. Or even this one. So let's sort out that. We'll alert that unit. We'll fortify the Hellion. Fortify that Hellion. Probably get the Educator to move on a bit. We'll move on the Saber as well. Okay. I think we're good. So we don't really have to focus on any more health buildings at the moment, that's for sure. As we have an abundance of it at the moment.
Desembucha.
What good is technology without humanity? Passion wins wars, not rationality. Does that mean we're at war? Or was that just a threat? I think it was just another threat. Well, we're just going to fortify those evolved CNDRs. Set up that Saber for a ranged attack. I'm going to move that Hellion forwards. And the Educator. Whisper isn't really needed here anymore, so that can head back over towards Brasilia. Evolved CNDR can walk forward and fortify. My Herald can sleep until healed. There isn't anything to attack with the Wrath, so that can do nothing. And we're just going to fortify these units. I'm going to sleep until healed. The Herald for this turn. At Vector, I think we can get the Xena Nursery there. I think that's actually worth it. And at Liqueur, I think we should get the Autoplant to increase some production. And at Ainsa, getting the network seems like a good idea. An alien nest discovered. Now the thing I'm thinking about now that we have terraforming is maybe actually making use of that. I'm sure if I got the upgrade for terraforming that my workers will actually build a load of it. And my explorer did get killed by this manticore, which is unfortunate. A bit random, but there we go. Not too worried about that. We're going to move this Herald into Axiom. And this one can wait. Do nothing for this turn. Same with the Wrath. Although we could advance onto Central now. With all my units. I think we should do that. Yeah, we can definitely move on Central right now. Unfortunately, my Wrath not in range to bombard from there, but I think we can definitely start chunking Central next turn. Maybe even this turn. Kill the Americans once and for all. Else they're just going to be a pain in the backside. Let's take this Hellion down to this nest that we discovered and destroy it. Can the Saber attack from there? No, it can't. Okay, we might have to change tack a little bit. Kind of awkward because these forests stop my Saber from attacking at max range. I think for now we just fortify. I do not want to make that automatically explore. That is a bad idea. Okay, Fidel. We don't need the rocket battery just yet because that's not really in an exposed position. But we can get the Alien Preserve. That's a really nice building to get. These Heralds, I don't want to attack for now, I don't think. Actually, we don't take too much damage for doing so, so we may as well. Next turn we'll just take over the settlement. Easy peasy. And actually we'll have taken the 2 of the conquest victory conditions. So we've got Liqueur, and we will have taken Central, which would have been good. Anyway, let's choose production in Hochberg. You can see that buildings aren't taking very long here at the moment, which is awesome. We're going to get the Alien Preserve. At Vispada, we're going to get the network and our quest decision. We can get +2 science from gene smelters or +1 health. We definitely want the extra science. And currently we are on +715 science per turn. That's pretty awesome, to be honest. So Elodie made peace with Hutama, so it doesn't look like she's going to lose Berat for now. Is Tiangong going to fall? Actually, it might not. So there's something. We might be able to take out this explorer if we chase it down. Looks like I might lose this savage. It's going to stay alive. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. We actually have 506 diplomatic capital now.
Stop talking about the weather and do something about it for once.
Make that 629 diplomatic capital. We have the weather controller orbital unit now.
The spirit has always been willing. The flesh has always been weak.
And level 13 Supremacy reach, which unlocks new upgrades. So let's have a look at those. We can upgrade the Whisper to a Shroud. I think we're going to get the +20% when attacking wounded units, as opposed to the +40% against submarines. And let's go into my traits. The only one I have to upgrade now is the production for military units, and I might as well invest in that. So we're going to upgrade that. That will help us out a lot. And at Entschluss, let's get the observatory there now. And at Prosperity, we need to get the laboratory. We can use the settlement to attack the ice hide, but I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to get some experience for this Manticore. And then I'm going to finish it off with the Fury. And that's actually going to upgrade that unit, which is exactly what I had planned. Right, my evolved CNDR, am I going to use that to attack? I don't think I am. We're going to attack the settlement twice with the Fury. And this Fury as well. And then we can take it over with the evolved CNDR. But before I do, we are going to use a Herald to make sure that is certain. And goodbye, America.
I'll just add this to the debit sheet.
We could have been partners. No, we could not have. Spoils of war. Let's take defense grid and geophysics. And we will take the capital and as much energy as we can. Bravo.
Omnipresent and effective security measures make even the worst neighbors tolerable.
So we went so long without even finding geothermal, and it just popped up all over the map. But yeah, defense grid there. We now have access to the defense perimeter and the panopticon.
We, the dust of a dying world, must listen to the stones of a living one.
And geophysics. So we can get the tidal turbine now for our aquatic cities, and we can now build geothermal wells. So we're going to annex the city, of course. No reason really not to. We've still got +32 health after doing that. And now I have a really nice choke here to defend from. It's going to take me a while to get this Wrath round, but I am going to move it round towards central. We're going to rebase a couple of these heralds into that settlement. I'm going to set up this educator maybe. Actually, we'll move it round to here first, and then it can. Move on that wolf beetle. The savage can sit in the choke point. And what will we work on here? I think we'll just get the trade depot going. Now, do we have a trade depot in Prosperity? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we can actually purchase a couple of trade convoys here. We can buy a second trade convoy for INTEGR. And new trade slot available in Prosperity. We just acted upon that. And of course all the geothermal discovered. I'm sure my workers will get on that sooner than later. This herald can rebase to central. The other herald in Axiom that attacked this turn can move back towards the west. 2 turns until Master Control is finished. That will boost our energy production absolutely massively. I don't even know if that made sense, but there we go. We lost track of the Explorer here with the evolved CNDR, so let's just move back. This evolved CNDR, actually that can be my defensive unit. If we move the Savage back, we can put that in the choke because that's much better when fortified. We can put the Herald onto air intercept, same with that one, and we're going to automate that worker. My Manticore can be set on alert, and we're going to set up for a range attack with the Saber there. We're going to establish a trade route from Prosperity to Shackleton, actually, now that we can. Although that's going to go straight past Brazilia's lands. Let's actually just trade with Tiangong. We get 7 energy and 4 science for that. We could also trade with Berat. That would give us more science. We've got to be careful doing that because obviously it gives the opposing nation science as well. And we don't want them to win. Although both Pan-Asia and Franco-Iberia are really weak right now. Like, I could just destroy them, no trouble, if they decided to build a wonder. So let's just trade with them. Yeah, let's trade with Tiangong. Production in Gran Exito. I think we'll work on the Gene Smelter, or actually the Vivarium. That can give us +3 health. Or +3 food, sorry, not health. I think we're going to get the extra +1 production from dry docks, as opposed to the +10% on naval units. And if we look at our virtues, see this ecoscaping? That's what I was talking about. Now we can build Terrascape. Getting ecoscaping will make that more worth it. And yeah, it'll cost us energy, but we have plenty of energy to work with. Right, so my educator can just fortify there. The trade convoy from INTEGR. Maybe this one can head to Shackleton. That might be a little bit safer, so let's do that instead. We'll get my Fury behind the CNDR. This Savage can head over towards Brasilia. The Herald in Axiom. That can fly to Eintracht. And we can move forwards this Fury to help defend as well. Okie dokie, that's everything done. Let's see what these workers are up to, actually. It's constructing a node. Seems that they are all constructing nodes. That's going to look awesome once they are finished. We're also constructing floatstone quarries as well. A massive drive there. Right, let's destroy this alien nest in the next turn. We can actually spend some of this energy on buildings, and I'm going to probably spend it on the feed site hub there. Okay, that will do. That will get us some extra culture. We are definitely going to get a new virtue next turn, so that should be good.
Anansi looked at the man's genome and said, "Messy, messy! Who can live like this?" He took a broom and swept up the genome, and when the man woke up, he felt much better.
So my settlement at Weltgeist no longer produces unhealth.
The easiest way to understand social systems is to implement them in code. The best way to optimize social systems is to let the code change the world.
And now we have free maintenance and +1 movement for worker units, and you can see that has boosted my energy an absolute ton. And since workers are now free maintenance, what I'm going to do is probably build a load of them. I'm kind of behind in buildings at Weltgeist now, so let's get an observatory there. At Castellan, I'm thinking of getting the Neuralab. Yeah, I think we're going to get the Neuralab there. At Vector, we could go for like the Hypercore, but I think I'm just going to get a worker. At Gran Exito, I think we're going to get a worker as well. And at Hochberg, we're going to get a laboratory. At Ainsa, we are going to get a laboratory as well. We can get a new virtue. Let's get the ecoscaping. And hopefully my workers will start working on terrascaping, because it's actually really awesome. Maybe it's not so good because I want science at this point in the game, but we'll see. We can also pump out a lot of workers using energy and diplomatic capital, so I'm going to do that as well. There we go. That's all of them done. Let's move that Evolved CNDR back to where it was. That saber can still not hit that settlement. So what I'm going to do is move it up a bit. We'll destroy that alien nest. And we're going to head back round now. Okie dokie. Move that wolf beetle onward. And this herald can rebase to Weisheit. Right, we'll fortify that Fury and that one as well, and the Evolve CNDR. And unfortunately, that has been my time. So we are going to have to leave it there. Again, booming our nation, 767 science per turn now. Bioengineering, 5 turns left, and we can possibly build the golem. Although we won't be able to upgrade it, I don't think. Unless we get like a prime golem. That'd be pretty cool. I definitely want to try it out either way. And then we're going to be moving on to biometallurgy pretty quickly. That's going to only take 10 turns. Then we're going to get neural uploading and build some angels. I'm sure we'll have loads of diplomatic capital in order to do that. And then I can start heading towards the Roctopus again maybe. But I really want to get the Supremacy affinity experience that I need first. Bioengineering will give us level 14. Biometallurgy might give us level 15. so we can start building our wonder and go towards victory in our game, which will be awesome. But anyway, that's all for now, guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.